Now, if you see Dashakam 6, Virat Swarupam. Now, Dashakam, the first three Dashakams, we saw introduction. What exactly is the Lord? Who exactly is the Lord? What exactly is Bhagavan? How to do bhakti? All that Bhattatri describes. Then he feels that maybe by simply showing bhakti prarthana, it nothing happens. That's why in the fourth Dashakam he talks about Ashtanga Yoga, saying that if you wish, I can also practice difficult modes like the Ashtanga Yoga in order to please you, but somehow you have to free me from my illnesses. Then Dashakam 5, Virat Purusha Utpattihi, how the Lord in the form of Virata comes in, and Dashakam 6, Virat Swarupam. So, what is a description of Virata Purusha, how exactly Virata Purusha looks, that has been described in detail. So, basically, description of the Supreme Lord, that is nothing but Dashakam 6. Evam Chaturdasha Jagan. Chaturdasha Jagan, 14 worlds in all. Now we have a belief there are 7 heaven, 7 hell. That is a belief. Though we say Swarga and Naraka or Swarga and Patala, we feel it's only one. It's not so. 7 different heavens, 7 different hells that are there. Maharloka, Swarloka, Tapaloka, Brahmaloka, and so on are heavens. Hell, Patala, Rasatala, Talatala, Sutala, Vitala, and so on. Sutala Loka is ruled by Mahabali. Patala, though we generally call Patala for hell, it is just one of the 7 hells. So, depending on one's own karma, we go to these places, be it heaven or hell, and we come back. That's what is the belief. So, if you go to Indra Loka, say for example, Indra Loka, things are temporary. That is what is meant. So, you do something good, you enjoy for some time, and then again you have to come back on earth. That is a belief. So, that's why all of us we should aim for Kailasam, Vaikuntham, and so on, so that there is no coming back. So, this is what is the belief that we follow because we believe in the law of karma. Then when you go to hell, that is, so it is a very simple example if you have to give. In Indra Loka, it seems that you have some good karma that you have done. For that, you get those results that are there. So maybe you have a very nice place, you have dancers dancing for you, whatever you want, everything comes in, you have the kalpa vriksha, this, that. So, but once your good karma gets exhausted, that's it, you have to come back. It's just like I have 10,000 rupees, someone gives me, the person says you spend wherever you want. So that 10,000 till I'm spending, till the money is there, I'm happy. I buy this, I buy that, I go here, I enjoy myself. Once the 10,000 is gone, it's gone. Right? I have to come back to zero. Then again start. So Indra Loka is like that. So that's why we should not claim for Indra, we should not aim rather for Indra Loka and so on. It should be only Vaikuntham, Kailasam. So there is no coming back. So like this Indra Loka is one of those 7 heavens. Like this Brahma Loka, Satya Loka, Maharloka, Tapoloka, heaven and hell. So like this there are in all 7. So in this, out of these 14 worlds, Evam Chatur Dasha Jagan. So the Lord of the 14 worlds, whose feet is Patala, upper part of the feet is Rasatala. Feet Patala, that is the lowest of hell, and the upper part. So you can consider like the foot, that is Rasatala. Ankles are Mahatala. Gulphadvayam khalu Mahatala. Then the calf muscles also, what do you call jangha, shin, I think in English it should be calf muscle, that is from the ankle till the knee, that part. They are talatala, they represent talatala. Knees are sutala. Janu kinchoru bhaga yugalam. Verse number 2. Janu, that is knees are sutala, 2 thighs are vitala and atala. So if you see, 7 hell has been covered. Feet is Patala, upper part is Rasatala, ankles are Mahatala, 3. Then the calf muscles that is there, Talatala, 4 are done. Knees are Sutala, 5. 2 thighs are Vitala, Atala, 6, 7. So 7 hells are covered. Then further, so basically this Dashakam, if you see, it describes the entire body of the Lord, which part of the body represents what. Then the front portion of the hip, that is the central part of the body, on which our entire body is balanced. That is nothing but the earth, because a proper balance is maintained, right? That's why mostly whenever we have a fall also, or you see older people sometimes when they fall down, we say that, right? They lose balance also. But what is losing balance? And maybe some people they have this back problem, or maybe especially elders, if they fall down, their hip gets fractured, right? So immediately it happens. Why it happens is because there is no proper balance that is there. A hip fracture or a back pain, if you see, that is something which we cannot bear. Why we cannot bear, or why those, even a small back pain comes in, we have to suffer, right? Or it's we go and take treatment immediately because that is very severe. That is a part of the body on which the lower body as well as upper body is balanced. So the hip part is nothing but it represents the hip part of the Lord represents Prithvi, earth. Then the navel. Navel is the sky. Why navel is the sky? Because navel is a very, very important part of the body. Because that is a part of the body which connects a mother with its own child. We have the umbilical cord, right? That is cut off. So the navel part is something which is very, very important. It represents the sky. The breast or the chest part, that is the heaven in which Indra resides. Now, if you see, so Indraloka is like not exactly at the top, little in the upper body, that is in the chest. Neck is the Maharloka, face is the Janaloka. So if you see navel and upwards, heaven starts in. First is Indraloka, neck of the Lord is Maharloka. Griva Mahastava Mukham, face is Janaloka, forehead Tapoloka. Last is the Lord is everywhere. So verse number 3, Phalam Shirastava Samastamayasya Satyam. Head is Satyaloka. The Lord, the entire body of the Lord is the universe. So like this Bhattatri describes. And he says that this is how your entire body represents the hell, seven parts of hell, seven parts of heaven. The central part is the earth and the heaven. So sorry, earth and the navel. So in the first three verses, Bhattatri describes this, and further he says that your skull, skull represent the Vedas, hair are the clouds, eyebrows are it represents the abode of Brahma. So Brahma, the creator, lives in the eyebrows. Eyelashes are like night and day. So why night and day represents eyelashes of the Lord is it's like now eyelashes, if you see, sometimes our eyelashes nothing but hair, right? So hair particles at times fall down. So it's like day changes, night changes. So that which is temporary, then again it grows back. So something like that, or just we say twinkling of an eye or so on. So they are like eyelashes of the Lord, day and night, it keeps on changing. Eyelashes are day and night, eyes are the sun. Though in some references or in most of the references we say Ravi and Chandra both, that is moon and the sun both, but in this reference Bhattatri says eyes are the sun. Further is, it seems that the Lord when he looks, now we have many references especially in praise of the goddess like in the Saundara Lahari and so on. It seems that the goddess, if she casts her glance, that is just a kataksham. Kataksham is nothing but, now it's like whenever you want to look at someone but you don't want the opposite person to know that you're looking at him or her. So what we do, maybe with our side eyes, we just give a look and we, that is a glance, right? Or maybe we want to revise something, want to go through something. It's not that you read each and every word, you just go through it, right? Go through is just you give a glance. So that way, the Lord's glances, it seems that they represent the acts of creation. That is Srishtikaranam, verse number 5. Nishesha Vishwarachana cha Kataksha Mokshaha. Kataksham Vishwarachana. So, like playful glances, why it says just looking here and there in that different Srishti come in. An animal is born, a tree is born, or some natural elements are there. Human beings are moving about here and there. So, the glances of the Lord represent the creation of the universe. Ears are the different directions. Why different directions? Because whatever now ears, if you see, they are the only part of the body which are open, right? Which are open or which will always function even though you don't put in any efforts. Even now, if someone says, "No, you're speaking about the Shakam 6 from the Narayaneeyam, but I'm not interested." Even if you say so, but still something is falling in your ears, right? You cannot stop it. Even if you don't want to listen to what I'm saying, you close your ears with both your hands very tightly. Still, if you listen very, very carefully, some sound is coming inside, right? Maybe it's not that clear, but still, if you want to stop sound from coming inside your ears, we have to do it consciously. You have to stop the sound from coming inside, otherwise we cannot stop. So why this has happened is, it seems that so some in some conversations, folklores or so, it seems that someone at times a few devotees had questioned the Lord, why did you create the ears this way? Now nose, anyway, if you see, nostrils are open, right? That's because we have to breathe in it. That is one part. Ear, so at least for the nose we can understand, to be alive you need the nose, you air should pass on and out. So that is fine, but why the ears are kept open? The Lord says that at least this way, if your ears are open, you can gain knowledge. So from whatever comes in from different directions, you can gain. So even if you're not interested, even if you don't want to put in conscious efforts, still if somewhere someone is chanting the Lord's name, or somewhere someone is telling us something, even though you're not interested, still it falls on the ears. That's why you see, right? Sometimes people tell us in front of kids also you don't shout or you don't fight. Why? Sometimes our elders also, why we listen such things is the child who's there, children especially, they're very, very attentive. That's why you tell them something once, they remember, right? Or it becomes easy for them to by heart because they can grasp things very easily, and they don't have much to think at that time at their age, so they can grasp things very easily. So even if you find that the child is playing, maybe it is busy in its own thing, but still its ears are very sharp. Even if you are fighting or arguing at a distance, child is not putting in conscious efforts to listen, or it doesn't even understand what you're talking, but still those words or whatever you do, the child, it falls on its ears. So that's why ears are something which is very important and essential part of the body. Because, and ear, why the Lord's ears represent the different directions is to gain knowledge from all different directions. So it is like a lesson to all human beings that even if you don't want to put in conscious efforts, at least this way you try to show bhakti, at least this way you try to gain knowledge from any part. Let anything come and fall into your ears, you gain that knowledge. So that's why the ears represent the different directions. Two nostrils are nothing but the Ashwini Devas, the physicians. The lips are nothing but greed lips. Two part of the lips, that is the lower lip and the upper lip. So it is, you can say, greed and extreme greed. That's what you have to consider. So lips are nothing but greed, that is there. So there is a lot of greed. Now, why you might have a question, why the lips are considered to be a part of, like, why do the lips of the Lord consider are known, or they represent greed, if you say. Now, little bit greed is very much needed. Let's not say greed, like maybe you want something, right? You look at someone, or maybe in a good way, sometimes we need that inspiration, right? Now say for example, in the case of Narayan, maybe today you joined in the morning, few of us were chanting, few of us we chanted, right? A year most of us we have learned, but out of the 100 people who joined in, maybe there are 10 or 20 or so, they have not learned, they have just started learning it. So looking at or hearing, listening to few of you chanting, they might have developed a thought in their mind saying that, no, we too should be able to chant like this. See how they are chanting, I should also be able to chant like this. This is not actually greed. This is not actually like in an evil way or in a negative way, we don't take. But at times we need that inspiration or a push saying that, no, I want to learn things. See, he is doing. If they can do, I want to do. Right? So many times it happens that only when we actually see someone doing things, we can also do that. So this greed also, you can also take it in a good way. In a negative way, if you have to take it, why it represents greed is to tell us that we have to be careful from something. So to know something, if you know, if you want to know that something is good or this is good for me, you should also know that what is bad, right? Only if you know that if doing something is wrong, only then we'll do the right things, right? Just as we always know the story of if I say speaking the truth is good, you should always speak the truth. For that, first you should know what is lies, right? If you don't know what is lies, then you know, you will feel that everything is truth, right? So to know something or to do something good, we have to know the evil things also. Therefore, that's the reason why you can consider the lips are considered, or they represent greed. The teeth of the Lord are like stars also, and the molar teeth that we have at the back of our mouths, they are like Yama, the god of death. That's why teeth pain is also equal to death, tooth pain, right? Then smile of the Lord is Maya, illusion, captivates our mind. Breath is the air, tongue is water, words of the Lord are like musical notes, birds. That's why birds sing, right? Then mouth, hollow of the mouth. That verse number 6, if you say, Siddha, sorry, Siddhadaya Swaragana Mukharandram Agnir, hollow of the mouth is when the Lord opens his mouth, it is as if it represents fire. That's why if you open your mouth and say you have gas, hot air coming out, right? Out of the Lord's mouth, it seems that fire comes out. That is represents the fire. Hands are represented by the Devas. The two breasts are the Dharma Devas. Then the back part of the Lord are considered to be evil. The mind is the moon god. Mind of the Lord is always calm as the moon. That's why it represents a moon. Heart is nothing but you can consider, what to say, avyaktameva. So something in the heart. Now we cannot, if I have to show, no, I'm feeling something when I say for example, I'm feeling very happy, can I show you happiness? No. Maybe through my body language, or maybe the way I speak, or maybe the way I behave, I have a smile on my face, you can make out, okay, this person is very happy today. Apart from that, I cannot show you happiness, right? See, this is happiness. The color of happiness is this. We cannot do that. There are certain feelings that are there. So if I say I'm feeling something, that means it's just a feeling that is there. So all of us have felt. Now, when I say I'm happy, why, how can you understand that I'm happy? Is you are also feeling the same thing. So where feelings are there, so the Lord's heart represents these different feelings, or avyaktameva. Avyaktameva is that which cannot be shown physically, that which cannot be made to be shown. Vyaktam, that which cannot be vyaktam. So non-clarity. That is, we cannot see exactly what it is, just to be understood. The Lord's stomach represents the ocean. The clothes that he wears is nothing but morning and evening. That is dusk and dawn. The private parts of the Lord are Lord Brahma, and the genital organs represent Lord Mitra. That is nothing but the sun god. The back part is hips. Sorry, the back part of your hips, that is the lower part of our body, is the animal kingdom. The nails of the feet are of the Lord are nothing but animals like horses, elephants, and camels. Hastyoshtrasaindava mukha. The nails of the feet. Why so? Horses, elephants, and camels are used in wars and all. So therefore, they represent the nails of the feet. The walking of the feet, the walking of the Lord, is represents time. Kalaha. Your face, hands. The Lord's Bhattatri says the Lord's face, hands, thighs, and places. Face represents Brahmanas, hands are the Kshatriyas, thighs are the Vaishyas, feet are the Shudras. So, this reference also comes in the Purusha Sukta. Then, with this, Dashakam 8 ends. Finally, Bhattatri expresses a few things wherein says that whatever the Lord does is like this life that is there. His valor, his strength represents the fight, or represents his strength against the asuras. The bones of the Lord represent the mountains. Nerves in the body are the rivers. Hairs are the trees. And this form of Virata Purusha, now all this description that I gave you, to some extent you had a picture in your mind, right? Okay, this body represented this body represented this. Like similarly, Bhattatri says this is something wherein Jiyadidam Vapura Nirvachaniyamisha. Nirvachaniyamisha meaning this is something beyond description. Though we have tried our level best to describe as it is there in Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhattatri says I've tried to condense the same, but still it is something which is beyond description. Finally, so the Lord, finally, Bhattatri concludes in verse 10, Idrig Jaganmaya Vapos. He says those people who are practicing Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and so on, who are in the last stage, wherein they feel that yes, I've done all my duties, I've completed all my responsibilities, they should finally, and when they finally feel that I should ascend towards moksha also, they should meditate upon this form of Virata Purusha. And finally, Bhattatri says that I pray to you, I in this form of Virata, which is extremely pure, something which is beyond imagination, very difficult to describe. I pray to you, who is the inner form, that is, who is present in each one of us in the form of Virata Purusha. I pray to you, Vatalayadipanamostu nirundirogan. He says, but please cure me of all my illnesses. I want to show you bhakti in this way by also describing your Virata Purusha form. So this is nothing but Dashakam 6, meaning of Dashakam 6.